Yo, Twitch chat, what is up? How's it going? Happy Friday. Oh my god. Is audio working? There it is. There we go. Hey, Darklack dropped the Prime sub. Wispywood, Captain Amber, Racktoner, and Pony Waifu. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday indeed. Long weekend looking pretty nice. Yeah, I hope it's a good one. Good, nice long weekend. I'll probably be streaming this weekend because the wife is working. Although, man, I have been in a tough spot this week. I have not been feeling well. I still don't really feel very well. I'm having a flare up, as they call it. I got autoimmune stuff, and it's flaring up right now. I'm miserable. My whole body's freaking out. So I've been suffering the last 2 days, but I'm okay. I'm alive. I wanted to hop on and do a quick stream today to talk about the teaser for patches coming. A patch. Battlegrounds patch. Duels update. Standard and balanced patch teaser. Here we go. Here it is. This is the thing. Hey, Nerdist. Thanks for the 4 months, man. Yeah, my wife was sick last week. I know a lot of people getting sick. Mine's more like long-term just health stuff I got to deal with, but not as much getting sick as just being sick permanently, but it just, comes and goes. Tanis, dude, thanks for the Prime sub. It's really nice. Thank you, Nerdist, for 4 months. Yeah, it's winter time too. Is like worst time to get sick, I think. So yeah, if you guys didn't see, maybe I should wait till more people get here. We just started. I don't know. Probably gonna stream for a couple hours. I don't want to take too long, but yeah. New update coming to Battlegrounds. Reveals for they're gonna be starting in January 18th. Bunch of reveals, kind of a reveal season for Battlegrounds, which is cool. I'll probably do reviews, assuming it's stuff that makes sense to review and talk about. And then also patch notes on the 20th for a patch on the 25th. So we're 11 days out from the patch, about a week out from the notes. And the patch will include big Battlegrounds update, balance changes for standard and wild, the new mercenaries, and a huge Duels update. Which will be revealed by yours truly. A huge Duels update revealed by Mr. RegisKillbin. Here it is. Also, don't miss a very special Duels reveal by RegisKillbin on YouTube at 7 a.m. Pacific time on January 20th. A few hours before the patch hits, I'll be breaking down some Duel stuff, to say the least. It's legitimately a pretty big Duels update, I'd say. I don't know if it's the big Duels update some people would expect. It's not like the update, but it's a big update. Maybe the biggest Duels update ever. Maybe the biggest update ever. Hey everybody though. Maybe not the biggest ever. I don't know. But there's a lot of big Duel stuff coming. I think you'll want to check it out regardless. I think it's pretty darn cool. We gotta say. So yeah, I'm gonna. I was gonna record a video today. I might just do it on stream, like a little more casually, because I'm trying to maximize my time because I'm just not feeling well. But I had already planned to do a video for like potential nerfs. This I was gonna do a video, like nerfs we might see, and since we got a teaser today that nerfs are coming, this is kind of the perfect time to do this. So I may walk through some potential nerfs, speculative nerfs here on stream. I can't decide if I want to do it on stream or afterwards. Would that be boring to you guys or fun to talk through potential nerfs? I don't have wild nerfs, just standard. Pretend I'm Tom Holland and give us spoilers. That wouldn't be very heroic of me, I don't think. I want to be a hero. Objective dude, thanks for the 28 months. What's this you say? A Duels update? Indeed, a Duels update. Yes. Odazor, thanks. Favorite Hearthstone content person. That's kind. There's not many left. A lot of them are leaving. I feel like I'm just the leftover. Everybody's like, Trump hasn't posted YouTube Hearthstone in a while, so I'm watching Regis, I guess. Jeez. I'll suffer through some Regis. A Duels update in this economy? Blink twice if they're removing sword. Oh boy. Well, if there were balance changes and that sort of stuff, that's not what I would be revealing. I would be revealing new content, not like patch notes stuff. So stay tuned. If that sort of thing were to happen, you would want to check the patch notes, but I would be revealing new stuff. You know, so stay tuned. I don't want to, reveal too much, but I think it is a very substantial and very cool update. I think people want to check it out. For if you're a Duels person, you will absolutely not want to miss that one. Hey McGaines, thanks to 6 months. Odazor with a tier 1 and Winged Burrito, my God, with 5 gifted subs. Grats to Briefcase Guy, The King Kai, Pony Waifu, Izanagi, and Bad Micro. Izanagi. I think I said that wrong. Thanks to the 5 gifted subs. Grats, everybody. Oh my God. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'm the only person revealing Duels stuff. It's pretty cool. High honor. Thank you, Blizzard. I know there's not a lot of Duels content creators, so that's very cool. But a lot of Battleground stuff getting revealed too. We didn't look at that schedule real fast. Reveals over 2 days, it looks like. What do we got? Like 10 reveals for Battlegrounds. That's pretty sick. And then there's some kind of event here. 8 people showcasing the Battlegrounds stuff, I guess. Yeah. And then this very special Duels reveal. I don't know if I hope they're not overselling the reveal itself. I don't have anything special planned. I'm going to keep it pretty straightforward, but the content is definitely worth spotlighting. Just me personally, I'm going to be boring. I don't have anything super creative planned. I just want to show off the cool stuff. I don't want to steal the attention away. Yeah, Wayne Burrito, thanks again. Hype train. Oh my God, so early on the hype train. Jeez, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to talk through, I think, what we might see for. I need to be able to edit this down into a video, so I don't have to go record a video after this stream. So I got to figure out how exactly to frame all this so that I can edit this into a video. So I'm gonna kind of be in halfway video mode here, I think, for a minute. So I may not respond to chat a lot, although I don't want to be too formal, like full-on video mode, since we're live on stream here. So I'll probably just give my thoughts on potential nerfs I think we might see that I already had prepared ahead of time, and then kind of react to you guys a little bit and your thoughts, and try to edit that down for a YouTube video. So to recap, to kick off this video, I'm live on stream, so a little bit abnormal approach here. Bear with me, but we're going to talk through this teaser for a bunch of stuff coming to Hearthstone. Starting January 18th, there's going to be a bunch of Battlegrounds reveals and the full patch notes for that on one. I already hate what I'm saying. This is not going to be a good video topic because the video is going to be specifically about standard format nerfs, not about the full patch notes. How does Trump do this? Like when he would record videos live on stream, I hate it. I hate like being in video versus stream mode. I feel so like informal. I don't know. Whatever, we'll figure it out. It doesn't really matter. I just don't want to have to spend the time to do it twice. So, okay. So folks, I'm here live on stream doing this a little different this time around, and we're going to talk through some teased balance changes coming to Hearthstone. We got this tweet announcing some Battlegrounds updates, Duels update, which I'll be revealing. Check that out on January 20th, 7 a.m. Pacific time. Some big Duels stuff to showcase. updates to Mercs, and balance changes coming for Standard and Wild on the 25th. So about 11 days after this is published, we'll see the full patch notes for this on the 20th. That's a little less than a week away. But of course, anytime we get teasers for balance changes, I like to kind of theorize what they're going to be, what we might see, which cards I think are most likely to be changed. And thankfully, I already had some of these mocked up and prepared before this teaser hit. So I'm just going to walk through some of the changes I think we might see right here. Now, keep in mind, of course, these are totally speculative. I just think these are things Blizzard might do. I'm not even suggesting these, nor am I saying that all of these would be appropriate, just that these might be specific instances. So you're going to see like 3 rogue cards. That doesn't mean I think all 3 should necessarily be nerfed, just that each of these I think individually are possibilities. And on top of that, I'm not taking a look at wild cards. They did tease wild nerfs. I just don't know wild well enough right now to say what should or would be nerfed. So if you have thoughts on wild specifically, please feel free to share those with a comment and enlighten us with your wild expertise that I currently lack. Great intro. So now we can take a pause and catch up with chat. Rahul, thanks for the 100 bits. Looking forward to your Duels news. Yeah, it's pretty exciting, I think, actually. It's really cool. It's a significant update for Duels. Some cool stuff coming. I think people are gonna like it a lot, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna like it a lot. It's gonna be a lot of new content for Duels, which is exciting. I don't want to tease or spoil too much, so stay tuned. But it's gonna be a cool Duels update. Wild expertise probably sums up the average YouTube commenter. I noticed something on YouTube today. I was thinking about it. We're getting stalled out too much here. I also noticed that my body is covering this text I've got here very, very specifically. But anyway, I've noticed a trend on YouTube comments. It's amazing how many people will respond to a video with a comment that agrees with the thing I've said in the video, but they'll frame it as if they are both disagreeing and they're smarter than me. Like, people just, they want to use YouTube comments as a way to, as like a vehicle to showcase their knowledge or their opinion, which that's fine. That's great. That's awesome. I'm glad people get to share, even if I disagree sometimes. But it's just funny, like, even if they're saying the same thing I'm saying, they'll almost frame it as if it's a disagreement and that I'm an idiot, even though we're saying the same thing. I'm always like, yeah, you're just restating what I said, bro. Why do you say it in such a condescending way? It's very funny. Stewie Pooey, thanks 100 bits. Wow, that's cool. Thanks, Stewie Pooey. All right, so let's talk through these. Just again, these are just potential nerfs, things I think we might see nerfed, and I'll give you some teasers here, of course. Things I think we might see nerfed in standard format. Again, some of these might apply to wild, but I did not build these with wild in mind. So keep that in mind. And again, I'm not recommending all of these, just that I think any of these individually might be absolutely possible. Cynical Hero, thanks for the Prime sub. So yeah, up first, I think the card that has been the centerpiece of this meta is Wild Paw Knoll. Of course, rogues cheating this guy out very early in games for 0 mana, sometimes 2 of these, and just absolutely overwhelming you. It turns out, hey, cost reduction cards are really strong. Who could have guessed? We keep running into this exact same problem. And I thought, you could increase the cost of the Knoll, make it 6, make it 7. I think it might be a little better to pull the stats down because, even sometimes when you increase the cost, they still come down too early if they just hit that kind of like nut hand result where it's just like things line up perfectly. So by reducing the stats, I thought, this reduces the kind of threat on board. I also thought about giving it the kind of corridor creeper treatment and making it a 2/5. So that it wasn't as much of an attack threat where they could just hit you in the face really hard, but still presented some stickiness on board. But I thought 3/4 was a nice middle ground that might help achieve that goal of lessening the threat of this card while still retaining the reward for being a Burgle deck. Because I'd hate to see like the whole Burgle package with Maestra and all this stuff go away completely, because there's something really fun to the Burgle package. It's just the way it's interacting right now, and the way Noel is just way too swingy early. That's overwhelming, and that feels bad. So retaining some of that upside and some of the speed of the deck, but maybe just lessening the sort of onboard impact seemed like a slightly better change. So that's why I'm going for the stat decrease here as opposed to the cost increase. I don't know if Blizzard would do that or not. That's just my thoughts for what makes sense. Hey, Stewie Pooey, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Oh my god, the 100 bits and then the 1,000 bits. Thanks for the kind words. So, do you guys think a cost increase or a stat debuff makes more sense here, Twitch chat, as I turn to you with my spiel out there? Which would you rather see? Why not both? Okay, so chat thinks it should be a 9-mana 2/2 or something. I get it. Some people are indeed suggesting a middle ground, but Blizzard doesn't typically do that lately. They don't just like nuke cards from orbit as much. They usually try to keep cards playable and interesting. And you know, this is 2 total stats reduced. I think that's a pretty significant debuff in the scheme of things. 4 cost 3/4. I don't know. I'd be nervous to make it even cheaper, faster. 4/4 that costs 6. Yeah, it's a lot of like middle ground suggestions. Yeah. But everybody agrees this is kind of the most obvious target, though. Even Poison Rogues have been running this one now, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how commonly that happens, but I know it's happening some. I haven't looked at the data how commonly it's seen, but it's popped into some Poison Rogue lists, even if they're not the most prominent ones. But certainly Burgle-y, Tempo-y stuff is using this to great success. Yeah, no, I have too. Like, I want Burgle Rogue to be good, but I do have to say the kind of model of Burgle Rogue that's at the top of the meta right now is not really. It doesn't feel that burgley to me, right? There are certainly burgley elements. There are things where you're getting opponents' cards, but it really just feels like a tempo rogue of some sort that's got burgle enablers, but it's really more of a tempo deck, right? That's how it feels to me. Because, you know, without like Seraphine and sort of that stuff. 1 more mana and no rush. I like the idea of the rush personally, because I think a true thief deck, like a Burgle deck that's more on the fun side, that's not super competitive, would need this card to have rush, so that it has that reactivity. So when you're taking those like downturns to generate resources or do wacky stuff, you need a way to recover. And I think this does that really well. It's just, you know, it's oppressive if it's sticks on board on its own and just starts whacking for 4 and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Hey, Big Mood, dude, thanks for the 21 months. Objective, thanks for the bits. All right, we got to move on. I don't want to talk about cards all day, but... All right, so the other possible change for Rogue is Shadowcrafter Scabs, of course. This was like one of the most hyped cards ever, revealed in the reveal season, as I recall, by the most handsome and intelligent and wonderful Hearthstone streamer out there. Forget who it was, but I just remember thinking that guy is something special. He's really got it. And he revealed a really powerful card with Shadowcrafter Scabs. So we all knew it was going to be good. It turns out it's really good. There are 2 rogue archetypes at the top of the meta, Thief Rogue and Poison Rogue, and both are successfully using Shadowcrafter Scabs as a big reset on board, develop some threats as well with those 4/2s, just kind of solves a lot of problems. Then you got these cost reductions off his hero power as well. So just slowing Scabs down by a turn can make a big difference, right? That 1 mana difference can go a long way for giving decks time to get under this, or just having a little bit more time to stabilize on some life gain or big board, whatever it might be. Well, I guess getting that big board to hit 1 time instead of getting removed, let's say, by a turn 7 Scabs. So I think pushing this back definitely would reduce the power of 2 of the better decks and 2 of the more popular decks right now across both rogues. Whereas with the Knoll, it's not quite getting played as much in Poison Rogue, just occasionally, whereas this one, of course, fits both of those rather nicely. Is there going to be a Warlock nerf? We don't know what any nerfs are going to be. These are all speculative potential nerfs. They are not real, nor suggested. So chat, what do you think? 8 mana still too good, some people are saying. I also thought about making them 3/2s, but it's really that board reset that makes this powerful a lot of the time too. So my thought was, like, if you make them 3/2s but keep it at 7 mana, that's not really enough. Like, it's still just such a good reset and such an amazing tool to stay alive with. But 8 mana seem to fix that problem more. And again, I don't want to totally kill the card. Like, Scabs is beloved and popular, and I think people like it in some ways. 9 mana if there's no nerf to Cloak. Now, I didn't include Cloak on here just because I didn't know exactly how to nerf Cloak. Something about changing the mana cost didn't really feel satisfactory to me, but if you guys think Cloak is the real problem for Poison Rogues, I get it. It's sort of the most visible part of the problem. Like, it's the most frustrating moment where it's like, oh, well, they cloaked. I can't do anything. But for some reason, for me, it doesn't feel like the most powerful part of the equation. I think if you remove a lot of the other powerful cards or slow them down at least, then the cloak problem kind of goes away too, because suddenly they're cloaking without really the ability to, like, close out the game, or they're already dying, and you know, it's creating other problems for them. Basically, you're stacking up against them, and the cloaks don't really matter enough. So let me get this straight. You're suggesting these are real? Well, I had to put these notes at the bottom because last time the video was called Potential Nerf Thoughts or whatever, like nerfs teased. I think it's going to be this. And at the beginning it was like, hey, these are just my ideas for the nerfs. And a lot of people thought they were real. So I had to emblazon it here on screen permanently to let people know these are just ideas. We're just talking about the theories, listening to what people think. Take away the minions entirely, but keep it at 7 mana. Wow. This really wouldn't be a bad card, would it? It'd still just be a Vanish, pretty much. Slightly more expensive Vanish with some armor and some upside. All right, so moving on. I think Secret Passage is another card that's, of course, incredibly powerful for Rogue and addresses 2 of the decks again in both Poison Weapon Rogue and Thief Burglary stuff. It's great in both of those, just, you know, giving you crazy null turns in Thief, giving you damage discovery options, like finding damage pieces off the passage, of course, in Weapon Rogue. So making it cost more, putting a higher tax on this one. I mean, Secret Passage has been insane since inception. It already got nerfed once to 4 cards. It's still insane. It still feels crazy. 4 cards for 1 mana is just absurd. It's got these other upsides baked into it, like the null discounts and stuff. So I don't think it's crazy that Blizzard just pushes this to 2. That basically means you have less mana to spend after you've Secret Passage, which of course reduces the utility of the cards you might find in the Secret Passage. Suddenly you can't squeeze in the Wicked Stab or whatever in a given turn. These small little incremental changes start to add up, and then, you know, the card's power level is notably diminished. So I think Secret Passage has been good for long enough. Pushing it to 2 mana, it might still be pretty good, is what's crazy. I think it'd still be a solid card. Just pull down those peaks of power a little. A lot of you don't seem to hate Secret Passage as much. Wow. I'm intrigued by that. I sort of think Secret Passage is one of the best cards ever printed. I don't know. I feel like it's so good. It has a very high draw and win rate too in Thief Rogue. I wonder if it's even higher in Poison Rogue. Let's see. Not higher in Poison Rogue, but still very high. They're both very good. Hey, Mama Papa Regis with 55 months. My God. That is a long time. Holy moly. Big 5-5. Tier 3 sub. Thank you. That is wild. 3 cards for Passage? It's so good, but I like it being good. It's good, but I don't think they'll touch it. Wow. You guys are way more positive about Secret Passes than I expected. I thought people hated this card. I just think I don't really hate it so much. Whatever. It's just really strong, I think. I was thinking about it from a power level standpoint more than anything, but all right. Let's move on to Mage. I think Mage is the other big target here for nerfs. Mage, of course, doesn't have the crazy win rates of a Rogue at most ranks anyway. I think at High Legend, Mage is a little better, although it's still not really good. It's mostly all Rogue at High Legend. No, Mozaki Mage isn't that good at High Legend. But Mage is more about feel than power level because everybody hates losing to Mozaki Mage. And I will say Mozaki's Mage win rate has gone down notably because Poison Rogue has gotten more popular, and Poison Rogue is in like auto win against Mozaki Mage. It actually has an 86.5% win rate against Mozaki Mage, which is hilarious. But you can see how when you've got that incredible mismatch, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. The meta sort of starts to warp around those two things, right? Like Poison Rogue becomes really good because it's good against this one specific thing that was getting really popular. So anyway, Mozaki Mage from a feel standpoint feels terrible. All of these spell spam mages, everybody complains about them all the time. So I do think Blizzard will take a look at Mozaki or I'm just going to kind of run through all three of these simultaneously, Incanter's Flow or maybe Cram Session. I don't really know. Mozaki is obviously like the visible target. It's the thing you lose to. So I think there's a way to go there and just make Mozaki cost 2 additional mana to really slow that down and make it harder to weave everything into a single turn if you have to kick off with some actual things that cost mana, which you don't always, but you know, sometimes you do. Might be hard to get like a refreshing spring water off or something. So I think Mozaki could go to 7, slow the deck down a little bit. You know, people just complain about this on Reddit all the time, on streams, YouTube comments. I hate it as well. I complain a lot too. So maybe this is out of personal desire, but I think there's a lot of bad feels and hate rolling around for Mozaki. On top of that, we could also see Flow. Still insanely good at 3 mana. It enables things like Mozaki because all your spells are basically free in that deck. And of course, you can spam a lot. And then Cram Session also part of the problem too. Of course, once you get Mozaki rolling, this can draw you know, theoretically infinite cards if you get enough Ignites going and have enough mana floating around. But often, you know, 6, 8, whatever cards off Cram Session really easily, which of course allows you to spam Mozaki. So I don't know which of this trio it would be. I don't think it'd be like multiple pieces necessarily because the win rate for the deck is not excessive. It's all about feel. So in some ways, I think Flow is the most like annoying and frustrating, but Mozaki's kind of the most visible because it's a card that hits right when you lose and you're kind of focused on that one. So if this is a feel thing, they might hit Mozaki. I actually think Cram Session would solve the problem as well as anything, but maybe you got to make it more than 3 mana, or maybe it draws you 0 cards at base. I don't know. That'd be kind of a cool card design, but I doubt Blizzard would ever do that. So draw -1 cards. You have to upgrade it. Would be really funny. So regardless, I think one of these will probably get hit, but I maybe Mozaki to 7 is the most likely and would probably be my recommendation for what to go for here. But it's hard to exactly envision how this deck would suffer because even at 7 mana, there's probably still some crazy turns they could pull off. But if you make it a little bit weaker, reduce its popularity, that solves the problem. Because again, it's more about feel than win rate. Mozaki to 12 mana, says Twitch chat. Sign me up. I'm here for it. All right, Mage does not need to be nerfed. So yeah, why is that? Everybody in the game hates it. Why doesn't it need to be nerfed? Go on Reddit every day. 47 people complaining about it. That means it needs to be nerfed. I think Flow. I don't actually care about Mozaki. I think Flow needs to go to about 14 mana. Is the deck even that good? No, of course not. Did you guys, did you sleep through the first half of that? Where I said Mage doesn't even have a great win rate. It's about feel and because players hate it. Did you miss that whole part? Did you just sleep or zone out or just get here? We had a whole conversation about how it's not based on win rate. Mage's win rate's not that great. It's about feel. And that is a legitimate reason to nerf things. Because it's a video game and people want to have fun. So when decks reduce the amount of fun that people have in a video game whose only purpose is to create fun, if they have a net negative result on fun, they get nerfed. This isn't even my philosophy. This is just Blizzard's. We've seen it time and time again. So many things get nerfed based on feel and player reactions. If you don't like it, don't come to me. Talk to Blizzard. It's a philosophy they've done time and time again. Is Wild Ignite Mage going to get nerfed? It could, actually, since they did tease Wild nerfs. We should actually talk about that. Since they did tease Wild nerfs, I didn't focus on Wild specifically because I just don't know enough about Wild. But that would actually potentially solve some of the Mozaki problem too in Standard if they, say, like pushed Ignite to 3 mana or something. Just they had to add up more total mana and it wasn't fully discounted by Incanter's Flow. That would solve some of the Standard problems for Mozaki, or at least limit it or slow it down a little bit. And then also maybe change how it functions in Wild as well, where I've heard Ignite Mage is kind of crazy. So maybe that's actually the most insightful option I did include here, but pushing Ignite to 3 or lowering its damage or not making it scale, something like that with Ignite might be a more elegant solution that addresses both formats. That's a really good thought. Shuffle at the end of turn. Oh, that would be a cool idea for Ignite. Yeah, I could see that. It's always Mage that gets feel nerfs. I think it's Priest sometimes too. But yeah, Mage often a lot because they spam so many cards. It's annoying to play against. I feel it too. I get annoyed as well. I like the idea of Ignite though. I didn't think Ignite made sense just for Standard format, but when you consider that Wild was also mentioned, because I initially made this for just Standard, I wasn't thinking about Wild, it does make more sense to consider in the context of both, yeah. I do like that. Okay, so Pirate Warrior. Pirate Warrior is actually a really interesting case, right? Pirate Warrior, kind of like Mage, actually, doesn't have a crazy win rate at higher ranks. When you look at even Diamond through Legend, Pirate Warrior is low tier 2, right? So not a crazy win rate deck, but as you get lower and lower, Pirate Warrior gets better and better. So like for Bronze through Gold, for instance, Pirate Warrior is the second best deck in the game at high tier 1, basically the best deck, pretty much tied with Libram Paladin. So much like with Mage, you have a kind of a problem here. Like Mage, we talked about like it's a feel-based nerf. If they do nerf it, it's not a power level-based nerf. For Pirates, it's kind of a power level-based nerf, but for different slices of the population. Do you nerf Pirate Warrior for lower skill players, even though it's irrelevant as a nerf for higher skill players? Because at high ranks, Pirate Warrior is popular. It's just not like crazy strong or anything. And I think you got to make the game accessible for casual players. You got to recognize the importance of that side of the player base. You can't only balance for the peak of the meta. So I think a nerf or two to Pirate Warrior to soften it up a little bit is definitely warranted. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see a change to Warrior for that reason. Now, that might also be another instance where Wild comes into play here and they can nerf a card that sort of affects both formats. I don't know what the most problematic cards are for Pirate Warrior and Wild. So the two suggestions I've made here may not be the most relevant if indeed, considering both formats is the way to go. For Standard, I thought Stormwind Freebooter just reverting its buff is a pretty obvious thing they've already done before for the 1-drop Pirate. So that seems sensible. I also think Cannoneer is a pretty good target card for Standard format, making it a little bit easier to deal with, a little bit of a less of a tempo force on its own right as a 3/3 by making it a 2/2. Both seem like relevant changes. That said, if you're trying to address both formats, maybe going right at Raid the Docks would be better. I think increasing like the second tier of the quest line would probably be a way to go, because right now you only have to play 2 pirates. Maybe if you made that 3 pirates instead of 2, that could be a change that affects both formats and slows that deck down just a hair. Or maybe make it 3-3-3, you think? Just take all 3 parts to 3? I mean, shoot, that could do it too. I do like the symmetry of that a little better, I have to say. So yeah, 3-1-4. Just go crazy with it. My instincts are that one change would be enough. Just kind of pushing the Rokara back a turn might make a big difference for some decks. Because I always feel like it's like, you know, it's that if I'm playing like a grindy deck, it's that 4th or 5th turn with the Rokara that really gets me. And if I had like one less turn of having to deal with that, maybe I could get out ahead of them just enough, basically. A lot of people are looking at Mr. Smite, make him a battle cry. That's kind of a cool idea. So that off Juggernaut, he's not as scary. Is Mr. Smite even prominent in Wild? Yeah, he still played in Wild. Okay, Mr. Smite might be another one that tackles both sides of that. Then both formats get addressed with Mr. Smite. Yeah, I think that could be another change for sure. I don't know that they'd want to change Mr. Smite because he's a pretty good neutral finisher that's not too harmful in most decks. So since he's neutral, you might be hurting other decks that just need that neutral finisher. But could definitely be another solution. Smite isn't played in the good Wild decks. Yeah, I don't know. He's in 14% of Wild decks on HS Replay at Diamond through Legend, so it doesn't seem like he's left out. I'm just looking at the data real quick. I don't know any context to that though. For all I know, that may be right. Okay, so a couple other changes I'm less convinced that will happen and don't even really have great insights on. I think we might see some changes to Face Hunter. Face Hunter is still lingering around at the top of the standard format meta. Currently the second best deck in the game from Diamond to Legend. And it's just been around so long, and if you nerf other things, it starts to open up windows for Face Hunter to potentially just get better and better. So I think we might see a small adjustment to Face Hunter alongside any other changes that come out. And this one seemed like a kind of a freebie. Doggy Biscuit right now is creating some pretty tough, like, snowballiness, I think, in Hunter. And by the way, I could not find really a great target to nerf in Hunter. Part of me still thinks Trampling Rhino, but that seems too late in the game. So, I thought the kind of 1-2 into Doggy Biscuit with 3 health can create like a really stacked Intrepid Initiate, for instance, that can be hard to get away from sometimes. Like that just whacks you because you just can't quite deal with that 5 health on turn 2. So, reducing the buff upside a little bit of Doggy Biscuit. We've seen this happen before with cards like Hand of a Doll, just taking a health off these. Seems like something Blizzard's done in the past, so it certainly seemed possible. And this card's pretty strong, really. It's kind of nuts. And then on the other side of that, I thought about Adorable Infestation. Adorable Infestation actually has, I was looking really surprisingly high drawn win rates in Face Hunter. And the bonus upside here is that Beast Druid is also a deck at the top of the meta. We've got Beast Druid as the 3rd best deck right now in standard format from Diamond to Legend. And this is also really good in Beast Druid. This is like the highest drawn win rate card in Beast Druid as I recall. 56.6% drawn win rate, highest in the entire deck for a tier 1 deck, because all of the beasts that you summon are really good to enable this card, Frost Saber Matriarch, and make this come down earlier. And then, of course, you got Oracles of Elune, snowballing all this stuff as well. And essentially, you create these like crazy, overwhelming boards for Beast Druid because of Adorable Infestation. So I thought maybe pushing this card back. Another one's like, oh, hey, look, cost discounts are a problem. Who could have guessed? Maybe moving this to 8 would be fine. Or maybe just taking a look at Adorable Infestation because it's good in both Face Hunter and Beast Druid. And if you look at this card, it really does do a lot for 1 mana, right? You're getting the buff, you're getting the immediate body on board, you're getting some value in hand. I don't think it'd be crazy to push this to 2 mana. From a flavor standpoint, I didn't think it felt right to like change the way the cubs work, because it's really about all of these cubs. Like one's on the person, that's the buff, and then there's 2 other cards outside, that's the, in the artwork here. So from a flavor standpoint, it felt right to keep these numbers consistent. Like, you couldn't make it like a 0-1 or something, that'd be weird. But 2 mana seemed punitive enough, I guess. I mean, it might be too expensive at 2 mana, but I'm not sure. It still seems like a high output card. I don't know if anybody run this, but it could indeed pull down the other 2 strongest decks in the format currently. So I don't know. This one's a bit of a flyer, but I just like that it addressed both decks. I don't really think that'll happen. I think something like this is more likely if Beast Druid gets looked at. And I think this is also a pretty decent target for Face Hunter. Although personally, I hate Trampling Rhino the most. But it's that snowball early that's often most dangerous, I think. So yeah, those are my recommended change. Well, not really recommended. Those are my potential changes. I actually don't recommend a lot of these. I think I talked through the ones that I do, but I think, you know, any of these given changes could happen, or at least these are kind of the target cards that come to mind for me for standard format. And we talked about how Wild could look a little different and change things, because initially I didn't envision Wild in this conversation much, but you know, 1 or 2 of these changes for Rogue, probably just 1 change here for Mage, and then maybe a change for Pirate Warrior and Face Hunter and Beast Druid, I think are all possibilities indeed. So yeah, curious what you guys think about these. What makes sense to you, what doesn't, what would you like to see? I think I'd like to see Null brought down. I'd like to see Scabs brought to 8, Mozaki to 7. I'd like to see Defias to 2/2 and Doggy Biscuit to 2/2, and that would be fine for me. That's all I need to see. I don't need any more than that. Those would be my recommendations, I guess, on top of all these other possibilities. But yeah, there you go. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching, and until next time, game on. If you're watching this on Twitch, hello. Do you think Guff should be 6 mana? Yeah, Guff's pretty good. I really like Guff, though. I think most people like Guff. I don't even know if it feels that bad to play against Guff always. So it doesn't seem like Guff would be a big target. But I actually don't think... I do think Guff's really good, so it would be pretty reasonable. It just doesn't feel like the kind of thing that Blizzard would tweak. I try to base these off, like, past precedents we've seen in Blizzard, like things they've tended to do before, or things that, like, feel good, although I'm honestly not the best at predicting that. Sometimes they really surprise me. Sometimes I'm shocked by what happens, so I don't know. I definitely don't have as good of insights into it as, like, Zach O on the Vicious Syndicate podcast and stuff. He has really good insights into how Blizzard usually handles nerfs and stuff, but I don't really care to get it right or have any predictive value here. I just like having discussion points, right? Things to base ideas off of and bounce off of and talk through, or what's interesting for me. So I don't really care if I'm right or not. Just as long as we have things to talk about, I'm a happy camper. So yeah, that patch notes will be coming out the 20th for whatever we end up getting. And I guess the patch will hit on the 25th for anybody who missed the setup there. Blizzard's gonna buff Cannoneer and Null just to spite us. I didn't talk about buffs. I guess there are a possibility for buffs as well, but I didn't think about it. Duels? Yeah, we're gonna try to play some duels real quick. I mentioned earlier, I haven't been feeling well. I'm a bit under the weather, so I'm a little tired. But we'll make it happen. We'll do our best. What the heck are we gonna play? Didn't we have something in Shaman I was trying to make work? What was that? I thought I had a cool... We had a cool Shaman idea last time. I didn't get to finish or something. Or it didn't go well. What was that? Does anybody remember? What on earth was I doing in Shaman, guys? We did like freeze stuff, but it didn't work or something, or what was it? You may remember? I remember saying I want to try that again. I remember thinking, was it Mantle? Was it? Man, I just cannot remember. You tried Ramp Druid with Quest? I like that idea. Yeah, shorten up the early game. That makes sense. I think it was freeze stuff, but I just don't remember.
Studies to practice.
I don't remember what went wrong. Was it Overload freeze? Hero Power freeze? Big Shaman with freeze? Well, we did that in Standard, not in Duels. Maybe we could try that, though. I kind of like the idea of... kind of like the idea of quest, yeah, in duels with freeze stuff. Doubling our spells and stuff. Man, I've really done a quest Shaman duels in a long time. If I did do a quest Shaman duels, would I want like Chaos Storm? I think so, right? We're locked in now. Yeah, command the elements. This works, right? It works fine. I just haven't done this in a long time, I feel like. I don't know. This seems weird that we haven't done this really. What am I using for the freeze, guys? I don't even know. What am I doubling off freeze that's exciting? We said we were gonna do freeze with this? For what? Frost shock? Glaciate? Wind chill? I don't understand. What am I using it for? Snowfall Guardian? How does this interact with everything else, though? I don't understand. What's the point, right? Like, I kind of like the idea of, like, doubling Frost Shocks up and going face with a Cheaty. Like, that's about the only thing I can think of here that uses freeze compliments. Like, what else would I care about using freeze for? I mean, wind chill doubling is okay. It draws a lot of cards. Cheaty Snowballed makes a lot of sense to me. Since I have quest on one, I don't think that guy's very good, right? I only had like the one freeze though, guys. I don't know about this, man. Charged call won't work. I think charged call works fine. Surya, because it says overload card, not each time you've overloaded. Hey, wow, serious. Thanks for the kind words, and I'm glad you've been enjoying duels. Yeah, I think people give me a little bit too much credit for the duels resurgence or whatever is happening in duels. I don't know. I'm sure I've pointed some people in the right direction, but it's ultimately the game mode that is creating the moments, right? I'm just showcasing them, you know. I'm a tour guide. I'm not really doing it. I mean, I didn't make the cards or anything, you know. Right, so I appreciate the kind words, but give the credit to the duels team and stuff. Oh yeah, overdraft won't work. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, overdraft's bad. The best tour guide. No, that guy's 1 mana. Man, I feel weird about this. I feel like there's no new cards. I don't know what I'm doing here. That's exciting. Could run the 2-drop guy that gives you another wind chill, but I don't know why. Oh, Frostbite seems pretty good actually too, though. Brucon? Yeah, I don't know if I love Brucon. Oh, we gotta run Fireheart. Yeah, she's insane, obviously. Yeah. See, this is the problem, is like I just keep cutting any frost spell. I feel like I'm just running Quest Shaman now. Why are we doing this? Is Wind Chill enough of a new card to make this interesting? Like, I saw you have a new announcement on the 20th. Congrats. Yeah, man. I wish I could show you guys now. I already have all the stuff. It's so cool. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I wish I could even like tease something, but I don't know how. I don't know how to tease anything without like straight up revealing it. Yeah, I better not. I'll just save it. I could probably figure some way out to tease something, but I don't want to ruin it. It's really cool. Yeah, Note Taker's really good too. Man, I need to run Note Taker. Jeez. Wildpaw Cavern? I'm less excited about that in this particular world because I need to be spending my mana on overload cards as quickly as possible, I think, right? I don't want to be spending too much mana on complementary stuff. I guess there is that question about like there's always the first game or two where you don't really ever get your quest on, and I'm probably just going face a lot. Like maybe in that world I would value something like a cavern more. I just wanted to run new cards, you know? Like I feel like we did this and now I don't have any new cards and I feel like an idiot. I feel like I need new cards to warrant this, but you know, I just don't have any new cards. Like what am I? Stormpike Quartermaster, Harpy, Strekthar any good? No. Hey, Kirsten, how's it going? Oh, I missed your sub. Did I really? Oh my god. Oh my god, I did 25 months. Oh no, rough couple months. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope all is well now and at least getting better. And thanks for stopping by, of course. Your Regis fix? Oh, that's way too kind. I need to be fixed. Yo, somebody please fix me. I'm broken. But thank you. What treasure did I take? No overload. Guys, I don't know why we did this. It's not really... I don't know. It just doesn't feel like we really... I just don't see the reason to run new cards here. I think I'm better off just building an overload deck. I have Wind Chill, and that's it. I ran one new card, bro. Oh, no. There's just no good... There's no good Alterac cards that support this. But I picked the Overload Hero Power, so I'm kind of stuck. Like, I don't know. You think run Brucon? I mean, that would be a new card, I guess. He does actually benefit from double stuff, right? Isn't he like broken kind of where he benefits from double stuff? I think. Like his things count as spells, don't they? With Perpetual Flame, maybe I don't need Lightning Storm, particularly this early. Kind of don't want to lose the cheap Overload. They don't double from Quest Word? What does it double from? His thing is broken and it works with stuff. I thought it did. I thought it was... Did they fix it? I'm pretty sure we saw this, didn't we? I thought we saw this and it worked. Macaw? No, he has interactions with spells that he's not supposed to. It's like, I think it's like, Moargs. Like, if there's a Moarg on board, he does double damage, right? Can someone confirm I'm not insane? Like, I'm fairly sure he's been bugged to interact as a spell when he shouldn't. I'm not making this up, right? No one in chat is saying anything. Okay, I guess I'm... He used to double spells with Quest, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Why are the elements of Brucon's Battle Cry considered spells? Professor Slate triggered on the lightning element, completely wiped my opponent's board. Yeah, holds true with Moarg Artificer as well. I don't know if he actually doubles off the Quest or not, but they've been treated as spells. I don't know if it's still bugged or not. When was there a patch? There hasn't been a patch, has there? I don't know. He doesn't double on Quest, but he doubles on other stuff. Okay, or works with other stuff. Okay. I buy that. Anyway, this is fine. Whatever, I don't know. We're a Quest Shaman deck. Oh, I'm feeling like really... Oof. I'm feeling hot right now. Ooh. Yeah. Thought I would feel better, but I don't. Inspector Butthole says, I would say something,
I won't go easy.
but I have pop brain. Is that supposed to say poop brain or pop brain?
Original.
Is your wife better? Yeah, she's only sick for like a day or two. Yeah, I'm not sick. I talk about this very rarely or occasionally. I have an autoimmune disorder. I have both the skin and joint autoimmune disorder, and anytime I have a flare up, like just sometimes random flare ups can be stress or just who knows what, your body freaks out sometimes. I always get bad joint pain and my skin freaks out. I get like crazy breakouts and stuff, like, and weird joint pain. I get fatigued and feverish or chills alternating. So anytime I have a flare up, I just kind of, my body freaks out a little bit, and it takes me out of commission usually for a few days. Thought I was feeling better today, but right now I'm like sweating. I'm having a bit of a feverish moment. So, whew, feeling, I'll get there though. I'll be all right. All right, quest on one's good. We can do that. Greetings from Germany, says Cotton Quality. Well, thanks. Greetings from Germany. That's where there's quite a few German Hearthstone streamers, right? I'm surprised you're watching me. I seem boring compared to all the fun German streamers, man. But thank you. Greetings from North America. Now that, I know that place. I've been there. I gotta kill this, right? Guess the question is, do we Lightning Bolt or Frostbite? Can only squeeze this in later. Frostbite has more upside later, though. Yeah, I think we're okay to float some mana here. Part of me wants to go face, of course, but I don't want to run a 3-1. So they're not running quest. I'm kind of running the greedy quest line here, which I'm sure it's going to be worse early, but better late, probably.
Never be afraid of your inner power.
Yeah, I love Feral Spirit. Let's go. Greetings from the most depressing town in northwest England. I thought everywhere in England was charming and, you know, posh and charming. I love the look of England. I love like that sort of climate, kind of gray and, you know, rainy a little bit. And I don't know if all of England is like that, or if England, in particular in the south, is like that. But I think like northern UK at least. It sounds good to me. Perhaps I'd like Wales or something better. I don't know. Not familiar enough with the climates to really say, but I mean, I think we're going face with this usually, right? I have 5. I don't really have that much direct damage at this stage, unfortunately. I mean, I can't even play a Perpetual Flame. I think I'm gonna pass. Wow. Gray and rainy, yes, perfect. That's what I love. I would like Wales better, yeah. I bet I would. I got back in Hearthstone. I want to know which cards are the best to pick in Arena. Which app should I download to know? I don't know for sure. I would definitely consult like an Arena player like Dreads or somebody first, but I think like Hearth Arena is the one I'm aware of at least. I don't know if it's like the best or whatever. Oh, God, these pictures are just useless to me. It's just so stupid and useless to me. What am I doing here, dude? I can't even use this, man. I'm just sitting here like an idiot. I don't ever frostbite my own minion, particularly with that weapon, but I am doing not. This is not going well. I feel like I don't have enough damage. I have too much removal. I need like Note Taker Lava Burst. I needed a ditch quest too. This first game you don't need quest. Oh yeah, Redbeard is another great Arena streamer who would know that sort of thing. Yep.
No littering.
Is Glacial Downpour any good? What is Glacial Downpour? Why am I not thinking of the name of that card? Glacial Downpour. Oh, yeah, it can be. Oh, yeah, it's a treasure, passive. Yes. Yeah, it can definitely be good, yeah. It can be nuts. Oh, yeah. Do we just go Crackle here? I mean, Lava Burst here? Probably, right? I don't really trust the fill of the mana there.
No shame in learning.
Okay, so this is 6. 4 damage at least incoming. Brucon has a heal later, but I need one more turn in the meantime. Oh, Chaos Storm. Guidance doesn't do anything with Chaos Storm on its own, right? I don't think it should anyway. That's how I believed. Ugh. Chair was too low. Tall now. Tall and
No
beautiful.
shame in learning.
Oh, hey, K30, thanks for the Prime sub. Man, my hand feels so dead, though. Investment opportunity draws. Maybe Zapper. Maybe Crushing Hand, though, which is stranded, which sucks. I have 6 to 9 damage here. Zapper's definitely good. I'm just gonna go here. We get a pretty good board. I'm getting the damage here that I won't be able to get back once that spell damage is gone. And then Brucon deals 6, right? So as long as I'm not dead here, we should be fine. Could be dead, obviously. They have a lot of mana and a weapon and who knows what else is going on, so we'll see.
Never be afraid.
6 to 9 damage. Yeah, is that right? Is that what it? Is that what I said? That's nice. Yeah. Okay, I like that they're spending mana to start here. At least that's usually a sign that I'm not dead. Just not enough mana to work with at this point. Be really hard to put enough together. Which means Brucon should set up lethal. I like that Brucon can go face. That's pretty sick. Man, guidance off that's really good though. That's extra mana. I still don't think 16 feels like it's in range though. Taunt helps. Like, they gotta spend mana to remove the minion, so that's less mana that can be attributed straight to face, right? You remind me of the otter in Surf's Up. I wish I knew what that reference was, but I'm gonna look it up right now and see if that's an insult or you remind me of the otter in Surf's Up. His name is even Reggie. Are you joking, dude? Oh, whoopsie. What does he sound like? His name is Reggie. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold up. Does he sound like me? He's James Woods.
The dream maker.
So no, he doesn't sound
kids.
anything like me. No, okay. James Woods sounds way cooler than I do. All right, good win, man. They just conceded their way out. Man. We didn't commit, guys. We didn't go freeze, dude. I think we have to go sticky because of Chaos Storm, right? Like Guidance, Chaos Storm, Diligent Note Taker. Yeah, Fireheart's insane, actually. Yeah, it's got to be Sticky Fingers. I don't think Backpacks is enough. I don't trust my ability to draft Freeze that reliably. Yeah, I think it's got to be Sticky. It's sad that Sticky's only good kind of like after some setup, right? Like it's not good on its own usually. Like I have to kind of commit to the Fireheart, commit to the Chaos Storm, but I'm hoping the payoffs are there. This looks really good. Spirit Alpha's good upside on Overload. You don't have to overload, just have to play, and then of course Charge Call Overdraft. Oh, actually Overdraft sucks. It is tradable though, which is okay. Actually, this isn't terrible either, but I don't have that much attack synergy. These are obviously too slow. Yeah, I think this is fine. Overdraft is being tradable card's fine. No big deal. It's not good ever as it is, but tradable is just, 1 mana draw 1's fine. 1 mana cycle 1, I should say. Freeze and believe, dude. I like your positive energy. But as you saw with those particular buckets, I don't know, you can't rely too much on anything, you know? Okay, Perpetual Flame seems insane against Druid. Although this is maybe not quite as tokeny as I would want. Crushing Hand. I might still use a Crushing Hand fairly early on kind of any mid-sized minion. You know, Park Panther or something is fine. Maybe even a 2/3 if it just fits the curve on 2 sort of thing. Should be alright. Oh, true. I could overload after I play Brucon. Good point. Yeah. That could be a moment to use Overdraft. That's a good thought. Yeah, smart. I will be playing Brucon at some point, some games, so save it for then. Man, Fire Shaper is going in, dude. I am gonna die. I have no healing. I need to go fast. Taunts are good, though, off this guy. So if we can get to like 5 or 6 mana and start pumping this up, we might be okay. Kind of regretting this. They're just hitting me in the face a lot. No minions yet. I mean, yeah, they play a Guff, but I'll probably be dead by then. I'll be a dead. I'll be a dead man. I'm addicted to your YouTube. Wanted to show some love. Oh, thanks, Big Daddy. Come please. Appreciate that. Thanks for making me say your name. That's really nice. Do I just dump the alpha next turn and like set up for a bigger turn 4? It could definitely die, especially with a Park Panther is the only problem, right? Like I kind of want to make sure I get the payoff. Thanks for the bits though. I'm glad you like the YouTube. Thank you. It's always nice for people to go through and watch like a lot of videos and stuff. It's like I really need to commit this. Like if he Park Panthers it, at least I'm saving 3 life. The Park Panthers at 2 health. I can like Perpetual Flame it. Ugh. Could just go Fireheart instead and like save this for later, I guess. I don't know. 1 mana cards are still 1 mana off Fireheart, unfortunately. Can I even play this? Can I even play this, dude? I don't think it's worth coining. I think I'll just save it for next turn, right? With the thing. Particularly good if they Park Panther it. Park Panther. Feral Rage, sure. Progress is happening rapidly here. Hey, Manu, going well? Why do I attract people the most inappropriate names? I don't know. Probably because I say them without any sort of hesitation. I have no fear. 0 fear. I mean... I can't play Forked Lightning, right? Does anybody know? Do I have to have minions? I don't know. I'm not gonna coin. I'm just gonna chill. They want to Park Panther now, whatever. I'm losing this game anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't think I have enough life gain. I mean, Brucon might be able to get me out of some damage ranges, but it's gonna be really tough. I think I'm trouble. Oh, true. It already wasn't yellow. Oh, yeah, you're right. It already wasn't green. Yeah, I didn't need to coin it to know that. Yeah. It obviously wasn't playable. It wasn't green, was it? I think my mulligan was really bad here. I think I mulliganed it correctly. It's pretty much always going to be quest with this hero power. Not like always, but very often going to be quest with his hero power. And then I didn't... Oh, boy. Don't snipe this. Don't snipe it. Don't snipe it! Don't you snipe it. Leave it alive. Please, I need the taunt. Well, I can't even play an overload card right now, so... Maybe it doesn't matter. They're going to try to fire shape it, right? Fire shape snipe. They're going to play a moon touched or something and like... Oh no, they just commit the second lunar. Okay. I am taking so much damage. But anyway, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. It still sucks, though. I'm just gonna try to grab a taunt here, I think, right? It's like I just gotta fill my mana, you know? I just gotta. No taunt, but Flurgle's kind of cool. Might scare them a little bit. Not that I have a follow-up, but you never know. They might get scared. Okay, so... Coin Brucon, I think, is my only chance at life here. I need to play a timely taunt when they're about to get Guff done. Oh, God. I need a taunt right now. I need, like, Feral Spirit right now. Guidance could maybe find me a taunt. Next turn's Coin Brucon. Oh my god, dude, these just suck. I'm so dead, dude. Alright, we're gonna find, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Cookie's life gain. Oh, interesting. Do I kill the Cookie now to heal 2 and debuff their spells? I think I need to heal 2. 5 does not feel safe, and then I can coin Brucon next turn to heal more. I think I have to. I think I have to. Between the heal and the debuff, it goes a pretty long way. And then coin Brucon I can use to, like, taunt and heal next turn if I don't need it to clear. So yeah, I like this. Survival mode indeed, yeah. Hey, go Spidey, dude. Thanks for the Prime sub. That's very nice. I think I could still easily be dead, by the way. Oh my god. I'm not. Oh, I am dead. Moon touched into fire shaping lethally, yeah. Fortunately, 8 was the magic number here. Yeah. Or one more debuff. So. Technically the right call, just not quite enough. Yeah, I think I mulliganed wrong there. I think that was my mistake. I think misguided mulligan keep, basically. Looming Presence is pretty sick. Yeah, I like the armor gain. I like the cards. Doubling it's pretty cool. Spyglass is kind of the same story. Royal Gift, we just don't have enough board for, I don't think. What do you guys think the cheapness of Spyglass makes up for it? It's getting another discount too off Sticky Fingers, right? So, like, if I get a 4-mana card, well, a 5-mana card would cost like 1 mana. 4 mana would still be 1 mana too, but maybe I'll take Spyglass. I think it's kind of cool. Looming is one of the only ways I gain life, though. So I'm kind of thinking about getting life gain against Priest, other than maybe Brucon, right? I don't know. This can be anything, though. I don't care. It's more fun. Let's take the fun one. This looks pretty good. Like Note Takers a lot. This is pretty bad. This is not bad at all, though. Man, Destruction's kind of insane. Zap is pretty good, too. Crushing Hand's not bad. It depends on the matchup, right? Like, against Priest, this is garbage. This is kind of good against stuff where I need burst. Pirate Warrior, though, this is, like, dream hand. Dream hand. Against Pirate Warrior, dude, this is perfect. What are we gonna see, guys? Is this a Priest day or a Pirate day? I don't know. What are we more likely to see? I mean, I think this is like a little bit more general utility, but the card quality is much lower, and quest advancement is much worse. I'm gonna take this. I think it's a Pirate day. It's not like the other one was good against Priest. It was just okay because it had proactive plays. Like, this is all reactive plays. So, you know, against Priest, there's very little to react to usually. Paladin. Okay, reactive is usually pretty good against Paladin. Yeah. Spyglass into Royal Greatsword. That's what I need, right? Yeah, this is fine, actually. I like this hand. Spyglass on 2. Probably with guidance. Groms. Oh my god. Spyglass on 1. I want to increase my odds of getting this, right? Oh my god. Mine's not even that good though. What do I actually, is it any good? It's just Fireheart. Oh, it's not, it's really not good at all. I mean, I guess it is. It wasn't sword. Oh. Interesting. Greatsword's really not terrible for me. It's 18 damage. Remember, I know it sounds like it's terrible at first glance, but don't forget it's 18 damage. It's still pretty good. I'm still gonna play this now just to see what we find. Give us some guidance. I don't need to play quests until I overload anyway, so. Oh, okay. Oh, this, oh yeah, that's just 0 anyway, yeah, okay. That's not bad. Novice Zapper or something. Note Taker's pretty sick with that, actually, yeah. I love Feral Spirit, that's really nice. Crackle's good damage. Talismans. Guess I can do that with the gift. That's kind of cool. Yeah, 18 damage for 2 mana. Terrible. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, it's not terrible. It's not as good as it is in Paladin, you know, but it's not terrible. I don't think I crackle yet, right? Might need that for some reactivity later. This is pretty low damage currently, so no real hurry. We actually have a lot of ways to get quests done this game, which is exciting. Last game I felt totally stranded, and we have stuff to react to as well. Can you play Thief Rogue? Yeah, I do want to play Thief Rogue again in Duels for sure. Oh man, there's gonna be some hand buffed garbage out here, isn't there? Look at this. It's too early for Elemental Destruction, right? I think I can just Feral Spirit and chill. Let's draw first and see what we find. Ooh, Spirit Alpha's really cool. Gift of Luminance Alpha into some overloads, dude. That's gonna be crazy. Okay, that's actually so sick. Alpha, Gift, and then I have Crackle or maybe Coin Crushing if it makes more sense. Or maybe wait a turn and do both, right? That's so sick. It's gonna be an enormous board. Hey, J-Trex with $1 is trying Enraged Warrior not worth your time. It's worth my time, yeah, to play Enraged Warrior at some point. I don't know. It's not super exciting because they didn't get any new cards in Alterac Valley. So I guess maybe not as worth my time as other things. But I don't mind playing Enraged Warrior at some point. Oh, that means we go, right? Let's just kill the 3/3 here. Oh, actually, we can kill the 3/4 and the 3/3, right? Yeah. Yeah. I only say that because I want to make board space. I don't know if this is actually the most efficient play, but it seems like, well, yeah, I don't actually need the board space, but anyway, this is fine to kill. This is such a sick turn, dude. It's such a sick turn. That gift, dude. Wow. So good. It's so strong. All right. I wish I had mana for Primal Talisman right now. Although, I don't know. Do I really want my board locked up with totems, especially for like this sitting in hand? Maybe still do. Congrats on being the one to announce the big Duels update. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I think my reveal is not going to be anything special. I'm just going to talk about the stuff, but I think people will really like the stuff from what I've seen. I suspect it will indeed be popular. I mean, maybe I go Primal Talisman? I don't know. Oh, sorry, dude. No. Good luck at the gym. It feels cool to be the Duels guy, I guess. I mean, I do wish more people were doing Duels, so I wasn't the main Duels guy for the record. But yeah, I'm honored, I suppose. Yeah. Kind of need people to die here to create some space for more peoples here. You know? Like, maybe I'm hitting that thing? Like, going face for 4? I'm not making any space because I filled the board with totems.
Don't have much time.
Maybe just into Crackle Face? Just enough to summon one more dude? Should have done that first. I would have got one more totem, but I guess, oh, I got a 3/3 coming too. Oh my god. Okay, well that didn't really go to plan. I mean, it's a good problem to have too many things on board. Like, I definitely don't want to lock out with totems, so I don't really want extra. I don't know. This is fine for now, whatever. Depends on the totem, I guess, sort of. Like, ones at least give me more dudes. So, 6, 9, 12 right now. I don't know. We'll see. You're the king of duels, huh? Yeah. That is very true. Thanks for playing Duels, being a Duels guy myself. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to do it, guys. You're giving me too much credit here, man. I don't deserve all this. It's like, you know, being praised for something you do anyway and enjoy doing by default is always funny. Judgment of Justice. Okay, well that's kind of fine. Sort of hate this in a way though. Like I've got board space problems here. These totems are causing more problems than they're solving. It's just like kind of not doing anything here, just sitting. Okay, that totem can attack. That's good. Thank you for the totem buff there. That's nice. You look fabulous today. Thanks, man. Don't feel fabulous. So that's good to hear. That's very kind. Okay. It's a lot of healing. Just did all that work going face, bro. Chaos Storm. Yeah, let's just go, right? Actually, we should create a little board space first, maybe, because I don't feel confident I'm going to be able to go face super hard, right? Then I just get some free dudes that way. I guess maybe I even trade this in too, yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna go face some, of course, but I don't think I'll have lethal, I should say. Oh, man. Alright, well. Oh, man. I guess I'm hitting this. I don't know. It feels bad again, though. Kind of hate it. I just want value. Was this cheaper? Oh, no, it's just one. Ooh! Oh, what's it at? What's it at? What's it at? Oh! That is an insanely perfect. Oh my god, yes. Oh, maybe I should have saved this one, actually. This was wrong. I should have waited for Brucon on this one. Okay. Still a really good turn, though. Oh, this is also very nice. Yeah. I just need board space again. Okay. Wow, dude, the math on the rag there was so clean. That felt really good. Yeah, all planned. Exactly, yes. That's exactly as intended. This wolf has gotten obscene value. Like, too much. I can't. I need to wipe the board. No, I don't care about that. That seems fine. That seems very slow. This gives me Brucon outs, right? So this is fine. Actually helpful they played stuff here. Cool. Good win. That was fun. All right, that felt nice. Chaos Storm. I've never really had a great Chaos Storm run. Is this finally the one that was sort of an accident? Like, I didn't even really plan this one. Oh my. Is it Bronze Signet? I don't have that many minions though. Battle Cries is like nothing, right? Just Brucon. That's not really worth much. I mean, Bronze Signet's great for Fireheart. Good for Note Taker. Man, it's still not insane though. Orb is not good either, though, right? I mean, I do have a lot of spells to discount, but no discovers. Charge call ×2, Fireheart, and most of mine are less than 2 already. I think it's Signet. I mean, multiple Firehearts is really nice, right? That's really good. I can live with that. I mean, we're gonna get more too, right? We're gonna draft minions at some point, so. Or are we? Well, I'm not so sure. Don't really hate 2 Thalnoses, but I don't love spending, you know, all this mana on whelps. Or really even acolytes. I kind of like the lava burst here. All these are pretty good to double. This, I mean, this is a lot of value. Murmuring is kind of cool with Brucon. Sort of cool with Fireheart, but not that cool because you kind of have to pay that mana anyway. Calamos, I don't love at all for sure. Not many elementals. I think it's Bucket too, just because of the spells and overload stuff. Yeah, I don't think this is good enough. I like extra lava bursts. Are the copied minions -1 cost? Oh, that's a good question. Do they count as? It's a copy? Is a copy if it's did the copy start in my deck because the, you know what I mean? Like the original one started in the deck. Is the copy so much a copy that it also identifies as having started in the deck? Or does the game go, hey, wait a minute, I don't recognize you.
Go easy on
I need to check your ID, sir. Won 11 games in a row with Braid Dead Priest. Oh, nice, Willsborn. Congrats. Yeah, that deck's strong. Very fast. And if it's discounted, that's awesome. I think I toss Fireheart back on that note, hoping to draw it later because it would be so sick to get 2 of them. I don't know. We're going to find out. If we get 2, we're going to be very happy. Okay, Goggles is mega tempo, but Mending Pools is not that mega tempo. So kind of a mix here. You believe they'll be discounted? Okay, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they definitely didn't start at the deck, but if they're copies to such an extent that they retain their origination, you could sort of see it, right? Like it kind of sort of almost makes sense. I guess I need to kill that. I don't know. It's pretty spooky. Why are we fighting? This is the same guy. I was going to ask why there's so many overload shamans today. We played this guy already. He was our first matchup, I think, right? Afrit. I remember thinking it sounded a lot like Ifrit, but not quite Ifrit, so it's Afrit. Are you Bardin's or Brand's cousin? Bardin? Javier Bardin? The actor? No, we're definitely related. I am Tavish's cousin, though. We grew up together.
Don't have much time.
Okay, guidance. I believe in you. Putting my faith in you, guidance. Come on. Be good. Okay. Alright. Give me a minion. That does not feel like worth its Frost Shock time, right? I don't think so. Tiny Toys for 5 feels pretty nuts, though. Instruction's cool, we fall behind. I like that. Who has a better shot, you or Tavish? Well, Tavish has a better shot with a gun, but I got a better shot with the ladies. So stupid. All right, that's not a tradable card, bro. You just use that as is. Lava Burst Face? Kind of like it, yeah. Lava Burst minion feels a little bad. Hair power creep. By the time 10 expansions to now, my hair is gonna be up to here. I'm gonna need a new camera that goes taller. I don't know, guys. I feel like it's a little early for face. I mean, in theory, right, I'm gonna recover the board with destruction, so like sending stuff into a minion feels kind of bad. But I also want to play Tiny Toys next turn a little bit uncontested, so I don't actually think I can commit to face. Since I have Quest, I think I'm better at stretching this game long than my opponent, right? Like, they're kind of just wanting to hit me in the face and end the game. I have Brucon to heal, I have this to fill in the next turn, so I don't really want to play this. I mean, I might have to if it gets bad enough, but theoretically, I'd rather play this. I have double Quest that they don't have, so, like, I'll start to win late. I think the goal right now is just don't die. Oh, that's pretty slow. Okay. Still kind of scary, but is it scary enough to... Oh man, I could do this on 6 if I wanted to make a different play for now. Problem is this is still not that good of a play, right? I don't know, I'll just take 5, whatever. Taunt would be nice. Okay, taunt maybe. Raz is kind of cool too. Soften this up a little bit. Some people have cat or dog cam, you'll have a hair camera. Yeah, I actually do have a second camera. I could point it at my hair. Is this turned on? Yeah, it's not gonna zoom into my hair, but could theoretically, you know. I wanted to mess with it enough. Okay, we're 13, we're live. Oh, it's 2 mana. It's 2 mana confirmed. Chat. It's 2 mana. We learned a thing today. I play it now? Kind of can throw it away almost. I don't know. Lava Burst is going to be 2 mana. I want to play Feral Spirit though, so I think I'd just take a Frost Shock here. Earth Shock? Could hit that. Maybe I don't have to play Feral Spirit then. Let's keep this going. Charged Call is 2 mana. Yeah, I can play this. It's not the strongest, but spell damage?
Don't have much time.
Moves the big minion here, the 4/4. Death Rattle's not good for me. I kind of like spell damage. Stealth seems sort of good too. Oh my god, these Frost Shocks face are crazy right now. I have 2 more Frost Shocks that can go face to lock out this Doom Hammer, dude. This is wild. And then maybe heal into Brucon, right? Uh-oh. Might be dead though. Shoot. Okay. I need that Brucon, dude. That heal off Brucon. I need 2 turns here. Surely with a Frost Shock, I'll be safe to get another turn. Yeah, we became the Freeze Shaman. Yeah, imagine if I got the double damage face thingy that we turned down. Although, I mean, certainly, Sticky Fingers has felt very good, I have to say. Okay. Yeah, oh, double zappers. Nice, actually. Wow, double zappers. Nice. Okay.
The storm is in me.
I think I do it right. Like, I'm going a little wide here, which makes me a tad nervous. But I have Brucon next turn, so I don't really need to have the board next turn necessarily. I get some bonus damage this way. Like, I can deal 7, right? And then 6 with Brucon. Like, part of me wants to do that. If this board sticks, that'd be the right play. But they have so many cards. I don't think I can trust the board to stick. And I might need the Frost Shock on a future turn, right? So I'm gonna just trade. And again, we should technically win the game long off our quest value, right? As long as I can stay alive. So You know, if they had a lightning storm and hit me for another 3, you know, that could be a really bad problem. So let's just deal with the minion. Could have frost shocked it too, but I think having that for face later is hopefully more upside. So Brucon, I think probably reload and heal if this is like a board clear turn for them. Maybe maybe AoE that down. I retain enough board here. 8 and 3 is 11. Could try to dig for a lethal with Fireheart so that I have time to play the Frost Shock, but I do feel like I need life, you know? I'm worried that I'm not going to live. Over the top burst damage is absolutely a possibility. My best draw here is Zap. I want to draw Zap. 0 mana, can still play the Brucon, can clear the Canal Slogger. That'd be sick. 1 out of 15, baby. Give me that Zap. If not, we'll probably AoE. What do you guys... Oh, they're actually using spells to hit minions here. Oh, very interesting. Okay. Oh, and healing net. Sure, yeah. Oh, definitely AoE now, it looks like. Oh, wow. Double Note Taker's sick. The ordering there is so weird looking every time. Okay, so I think we'll go AoE heal. Would I rather have board, though? Because the AoE... Okay, so this is not going to be a 3 damage AoE, right, guys? We've confirmed that this is not going to get a spell damage, right? I should have maybe traded first here. Can I back out? No, I should have traded first.
So many choices.
Because I'm going to AoE and taunt. I think I'm going to taunt. So why is this busted with some spell stuff? Like, why does it work with Moarg but not... I don't know. It's not supposed to work with any of it. So I mean, it's fine, but I don't understand that. Is AoE actually even any good here? I'm thinking. Like, I don't think it is, right? I think I just go heal and Earth Invocation. The AoE doesn't really do anything. But I should have traded first. This was a mistake. I could have done some damage to that. I'm not going to trade now, but... Is that heal again? Yeah, I don't mind that, actually. That's fine. So now we can start getting more Frost Shocks if I want them. I don't know. Doesn't seem inherently wrong. Hopefully they don't have an AoE now. They didn't really seem to on that previous turn, so this feels sort of safe, I think, to go down this AoE line. I'm actually kind of hoping they like clear these and then commit more boards so that I can go for a destruction and like reset here. Oh, that's spooky. They're going face. Wow. No fear, dude. Thank God I healed some. Oh, that's a good follow-up. Jeez, 1 mana for that. Ah, okay. That is really scary. Oh my God. Okay, so I have the heal here, though. Board clear also. Thank God I healed, dude. Remember, we healed 11 this turn, so... Surprised that lightning bolt went face earlier then. These are happening always. This is happening always. That's 6 mana. So I can probably play Note Takers for more Frost Shocks, right? I doubt I'll need more Elemental Destructions, particularly when I have the Perpetual Flame. This is also getting me a taunt here, which is cool.
So many choices.
Hoping that gets summoned afterwards, right? So, I think I'll play both Note Takers, right? Frost Shocks seem very good. Oh, I forgot that I overload now. Shoot. Shoot, I forgot that I'm overloaded. I mean, it's fine. It's how it's got to work, but I just forgot. Not playing the destruction before Brucon is painful. Again, I think it's right, but it's just painful. Now I don't have a good Fireheart turn. I'm probably going to have to go Charged Call. Or maybe we'll try to get a Flame in to get Brucon almost done. I don't know. We got a long way to go still, honestly. I need to draw, like... I don't know. Crushing Hand or something. Ooh, spooky. I feel like I need more healing, too. We're just kind of barely hanging in here. Okay, that's fairly weak, I would argue. This hero power for me, though, feels pretty bad, too. Oh, zap? Oh, wind chill. Okay. Sure. I'm probably just gonna play a charged call hero power if nothing else changes here.
Much time.
7 minions are fine. 7 drops are okay. What would change that? A spyglass maybe. Oh, I need to frost shock face though too probably. Yeah, frost shock, spyglass, charged call. Here's the move. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't need hero power that badly. Really have a big minion, right? You know, I'm sort of instinctually go to the taunt there, but I don't know. I'm looking at this, right? I'm looking at this. They're frozen face, so I shouldn't really need a taunt. I don't know. I'm looking at this, right? It's like if it lives, that is a sudden 16 in itself, and then you know another 5 years, 21, 22, starting to look like lethal soon, right? Need a Brucon to double the bloodlust here, dude. Looks like that might die, though, unfortunately. What do I face again? What is that? Oh, Dunk Tank's gross. Yeah, that's really good. Good clear. Good face damage. Kind of need some healing off Fireheart this turn, man. Oh, gross. I need a Hex. Need a Hex off Fireheart. Oh, Wind Chill's really good, too, though. All right, yeah, let's just start here. We have taunts as well if we want to save some mana for that. So let's just think about this. Frostbite or maybe just investment opportunity. Frostbite's also just 1 mana though. So do I need another overload card? Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I like it. Guidance is better for quest and cheap and resources. I do overload now though, so keep that in mind. Reincarnate is kind of gross. Spirit Echo's fun, I guess, but I'm probably breaking my chain here, right? Because I don't really want to use any of this. Wild Paw would leave me the Wind Chill still, but it wouldn't give me the hero power. Spirit Echo would get me hero power, but no Wind Chill. I'm going to save the Spirit Echo for the tiny toys. Oh, no, wait, I can still... Never mind, I can still do this. Forgot about the discount. Sure. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Didn't freeze face this time, but have some taunts at least, right? Now these get returned to hand, yeah, so that's less good than just on board, but you know, something. Okay, I like that. Oh no, I'm dead. No way. Really? Wind Chill's lethal in me? Oh no, dude, they hit for 5. That seems like a lot. Oh yeah, that's it. Brucon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we made a go of it. What can I do? It was tough. They had a lot of damage. That lightning bolt hitting a minion really baited me into thinking we had a little bit more time than we did. I don't know that we could have done anything different anyway because I tried to maximize my healing regardless, but... Oh my god, Evolve? Well, Evolve wouldn't be very good for that board. Maybe for tiny toys, but... okay, let's think here. Army Knife's pretty tough for us. Grimmer Patron I get a copy of. That's cheap. It's kind of a neat idea. Reflections is generally my pick for these because it's just so insane usually. I don't know if our deck has anything insane. I mean, Note Taker's okay. That's about it. But I just like Reflections the most. If we had the Growy guy, I'd like Gnomish Army Knife, but we don't really have any big guys. So I think it's Reflections. It always wins games. Sneaky good, right? No, we're good. This isn't bad, but I think we have better cards in deck. Okay. I feel like this deck's all right, man. I don't know. That was a tough, long loss. But we've lost 2 now that are tough. I think that Druid game we mulliganed wrong, but that game felt very winnable. Just didn't really land in the right spots, right? Would have been tough to. Patron on 2. It's actually really unlikely I'd ever get Patron on 2 if you think about it, right? Because you can't get the discounted version if you keep it in the mulligans. You'd have to exactly top deck it on turn 1 or 2. You only have 2 chances basically to hit it, so that would be super unlikely. Okay, I like this a lot actually. Yeah, starting to still wonder if Quest is ever right to keep. I don't know. It's like, yeah, we don't, we don't benefit from the first chunk of it, so it's like, yeah. Oh boy, scary pirate stuff. I am not excited about this. Uh-oh, I think we're dead. Do you post most runs on YouTube or the more interesting ones? Well, technically everything's on YouTube on my VOD channel. Every single run makes it to YouTube, technically. But only the best ones get edited for the main channel. Those I edit down usually like 30 minutes of dead air or like really lengthy drafting choices. That sort of stuff gets cut down. Do I go note taker zap here? Just to advance quest rapidly. Could even reincarnate to freshen this up and zap the second zap on the second version. Is that insane? So that I have another extra zap? I don't know about this, man. This feels like a weird play. Like, is this correct? It definitely helps me advance quest as quickly as possible, right? Like, it gets me an extra overload card in hand. I don't really know how else I'm gonna use that randomly generated reincarnate, so, like, I kind of like it, right? I don't know. I sort of think it's sneaky good. It might be sneaky bad, though. It's hard to tell sometimes. So we're 1 away from stage 2 in hand. I could actually resummon this and get an extra zap again if they leave this on board and I can trade it in. Immense brain play. Yeah. It's mega brain, dude. Oh, Hyper Blaster's pretty good, unfortunately. Like, it answering that particular play. I think I'm actually pretty relieved they took a slow turn here. Okay. I need like a Chaos Storm or something to kick off a sick turn. Maybe Fireheart. Spirit Alpha seems pretty bad right now. Rock Biter Weapon, huh? Yeah, I think we just hold. Fortunately, a very reactive hand again. This deck's a little too reactive, I think. That said, there aren't that many proactive overload cards that feel really good. I think there's a couple we didn't run, like Flame Wreath and the 1-drop, but I don't think those are as good with quest. You want spell payoffs for quest, and then there's less proactive spell ones. It's like Feral Spirit, and that's like it. Maybe there's 1 or 2 more if we really dig deep, but... I watch the YouTube at 1.5x, and when I catch the Twitch stream, it feels like you're talking in slow motion. I don't talk in slow motion. Have you ever listened to me on YouTube at half speed? I sound so drunk. It's so funny. I think it's the funniest thing. I sound so drunk, dude. Cool, I've just loaded 9 mana. It's great. Sign of a great deck. You know your deck's in a good spot if you float 9 straight mana in the mid game. That's the dream. I mean, Brucon's cool, but I need to get this overload stuff down first. I mean, my opponent is also basically doing nothing, so. Whoa! Now that's pretty wild. Okay. I dig it. Do I just go for the full on here? I feel like it's not time yet. Gonna hold the zap still, I think. This is like the slowest duels game I've ever seen. Neither of us are doing anything meaningful. This guy's got a crazy deck, by the way. Sue Leadfoot. I haven't seen this ever played, I think. Oh my god. Also just straight up passing the turn. This is crazy. I've never seen a game like this ever. This is so wild, dude. All right, so 1 out of 3 here. Brucon, though, I think is fine now. Like, again, I lose my overload freeness, but I already played the destruction, which is probably the most important thing to not overload with. Okay, this is a good zap target, at least. Or actually, maybe it's just a good Brucon target, I guess. Oh, it's dead. Never mind. It's neither. Oh, maybe we just go Lava Burst this turn, huh? Make an 8-drop. I mean, this is so much better post Brucon if I hold it. Maybe I hold it. Yeah. Reminded me of Flash in Zootopia when talking in slow motion. Yeah, that was funny. That's one of those scenes where it seems like it could maybe draw out too much, but it was actually pretty funny. Well paced, weirdly. Zap Brucon. I need one more overload, bro. Come on, one more. Give me one overload here, bro. One good overload, please. Please. Chaos Storm, please. Man, they had no pirates, and now it's like, oh, hey, actually, I've got a lot of cards, man. Oh, Fireheart's really good, too. Okay, Fireheart will almost certainly get me there.
Never be afraid of your inner
Yeah, Flame is sick. We'll zap first so it just fully clears. Then we know Brucon's done. I don't know if I play Brucon this turn, right? I probably still finish out the Fireheart, don't I? I don't know, man. Double Crackle's not bad. I have the other Fireheart in hand, right? So, like, I think I get the 7/7 down. I don't think I need that much value right now. I think I just want to start winning now. So let's just go. I don't know if I can play Brucon now either.
Don't have much time.
Yeah, let's take the heal just in case. I don't know. Some things can go wrong and this can fix those problems. So double 10 drops is a possibility next turn. I have no idea what 10 drops are in the pool in duels, honestly. I just can't be bothered to know that, right? Like, that's just too demanding for me. I have no idea. No clue. Dragons? Oh, a lot of dragons? Okay. That's a good thought. I do like dragons pretty well. It's gonna live, usually? How much damage do I have, right? Oh, yikes. Okay. Does not live, and they heal 1 billion. Jeez, dude. It's kind of not cool, man. So this is only 6 damage. I mean, do we go Fireheart here? I think we got to take the charged call turn first, right? Probably just Crushing Hand that. That's Rokara. Can probably go Healing Rain. How much health did we start at? I don't even know what we're at. Are we at 35 right now? So the double here is kind of overkill. No, this is a bit of a down turn. Like, for having 2 10 drops summoned, I feel like I'm not really making that exciting of a turn. I don't know. But I don't want a Fireheart, right? Because I need to save mana. Okay, sure. Sure. That is such a satisfying animation, by the way. That's so sick. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's 22 damage. It's enough to set up a win, so I can live with it. They both survived a Rokara, importantly, right? That's nice. Scrap Golem is kind of a pain, though. I need something off Fireheart here, right? Oh, double frostbite, is that lethal on this? Oh no, they gain 4 armors to go to 31. I have 6 and 22 is 28. So not quite. I need Fireheart here to... Oh, what about Brucon frostbite? This doesn't hit face, right? It only hits minions. Oh, but I can deal 6. So boom, boom, they're at 31. Oh, but then I can't rock biters. That's the same difference. Yeah, it's not quite there either. I need like a hex or something.
Your inner power.
Landslide doesn't overload, does 2. This does 4, but it's more expensive. Oh, Wind Fury. Oh god. Okay, surely that does it right. That's gotta be enough. Sure, that too. Sure, whatever. That'll do it. It's like, oh yeah, I got a 12-12 on board, by the way. I think that'll do it. Yeah, whatever. All right, cool. Feels good. Yeah, Spyglass I think is good. Bubba. I mean, we get 2 Bubbas. One's a 5-mana Bubba, but I don't love it that much. And of course, so the Seeds. We don't have enough minions to make that very good, I don't think. Spyglass seems like the best value there. Whoa. Kind of weird, but I like our deck. Okay, I'm glad to get 3 wins here. I feel like we've had some bad duels runs lately. I don't know. I seem to always have these waves of variance. I don't know if it's like MMR based or what. You know, because we don't ever really play fully optimized lists. So sometimes I bet we get into MMR brackets where I start losing a little and then we kind of float back down to the right spot where I can play memes and still succeed, you know. Kind of riding the waves, the ebbs and flows, the peaks and valleys of
I won't go easy on you.
MMR viability sort of stuff. I think I'm actually just going to keep the full Overload set here. I've felt a little light on Overload cards in the past, and I think this is a nice mix of reactivity, damage, and proactivity with minions. So, hopefully this gives us a lot of options to work with. You're doing an exclusive for Duels, you must be excited. Yeah, it's super awesome, I think. It's going to be really cool. Not that I'm doing anything special for the reveal. I want to set expectations. I don't have anything like crazy planned. I'm pretty much just going to showcase the stuff, but I think the stuff is really cool, so I don't think I need to do anything fancy. I think people will be happy. Yeah. Spyglass next turn unless we need a crushing hand. When is it happening? Next week on the 20th at 7 a.m. Pacific time. I'll put out a video on some of the new Duels stuff and talk through it. And then there will be patch notes following up on that a few hours later for, I think, some additional stuff as well. So,
In the box?
kind of a 2-part Duels thingy. Oh my. Where is my Perpetual Flame? Actually, maybe we just coined the Feral Spirit here, right? One gets 0 power, the other one eats 2. Yeah. Guess. I wish I was drawing cards, though. I feel really light on resources in this deck. I feel like we should have ran... Is that 2-drop where you can draw the 2-mana draw 2 thing, overload thing? Is that in Duels? Because that seems really good in this deck. All good things come in 2s. That's why it's on the 20th, huh? What else could that mean? what on earth else could that mean? Oh, yikes, dude. Mantle pain here. Oh, okay, card draw, sure. I mean, give me card draw. Oh, boy, I gotta figure out how to deal with that, huh? Oh, I have a crushing hand. Okay, that's how I deal with that. That's fine. Oh, reflections, huh? What can I use that on, huh? Flesh giant reflections, okay. God, they are rolling. Oh, 1 mana spell, though. Okay. I mean, I will die, but I will have a lot of cards. I mean, none of my spells are that expensive. I'm going out with a bang, team. What could go wrong? Oh man, I need cards. I can't win without cards, right? So if they don't kill these, the cool thing is I could trade in and get an 8/8 maybe. Oh god. 1, 3, 0. Yeah, 2's okay. Sadly, this guy got nothing. The AoE. Oh, Chaos Storm, no. Okay, I mean, I do have a lot of stabilization here. I'm just almost dead is the problem, right? Like, okay, so AoE. I want to squeeze in a zap. I don't really have to AoE. I can just like Frostbite, zap. I don't know. AoE feels pretty good though. Like, I'm gonna need it later, right? Alright. Those suck. Those really suck. Okay, transform. This might be okay. I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Thanks, Super Base Letter Bits. Appreciate the thought. Alright. 3 to face. Oh boy, I don't have any good healing outside of Brucon exactly. Oh, 6 to face actually. Oh god. Lucky Soul's pretty chill though. I can deal with the Lucky Soul fine. So I need to get a taunt this turn. Can I even do that easily? Oh, Fireheart, but not a lot of mana. I don't even have enough overloads either to get a good like, oh my god, dude. How is this possible? I need to get like the lifesteal heal off this Fireheart, and because because my hand was full, I didn't get the cheap one. Like this went very poorly. Zap, Lava Burst, plus Crushing Hand is one way to do it, but then I don't have the Crushing Hand for the 8/8. But I have a 3/3 taunt. I don't know. I think I'm dead.
Don't have much time.
At least it's overload. At least it's overload. That's 2 mana, unfortunately. Okay, I was hoping to get a taunt, but if not, I'm gonna summon the taunt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel good. I sure don't feel good. That's 6. I mean, oh, I feel worse, I'll tell you. Mantle is so insane. I gotta be dead here, right? Like, oh my god. What on earth do I even have to heal other than Brucon? Is it just Brucon, dude? I mean, maybe something off charge call, right? I don't know. Zapper's actually really good, though. Well, I have to taunt, though, or I'm dead, right? Like, maybe I hope that there's an 8 mana taunt here, like a Moarg. Yeah, I think that's the best out, right? It's better than 9, probably, right? I mean, I don't know if that's true for sure, but... Oh, it's not true. Okay, I think that means I'm actually dead, right? No taunt. Is there anything here? Spyglass into something? Brucon doesn't matter. Lava Burst doesn't matter. Just dead to hero power, dude. There aren't any 9 mana taunts. Oh yeah, Sleepy Dragon, yeah. Oh, he had 9 anyway, or something, 6 anyway. Man, this game was weird. Hand was just so dead early. Ugh. Needed that to be a loot hoarder, not a hole breaker. You know what I mean? Like, I would have just taken the card draw. The extra damage was not fun. But I actually still think that was the right play, by the way. We were just out of gas. Just no good options. Okay, so I was not gonna go super long today because I've been sick all week. Let me open this pack, actually. Think I'm just gonna call it here and go edit up that video where we talked about potential nerfs. And then tomorrow I think we'll do a longer stream. I am like out of content. I gotta get some videos and stuff done. Like I have no content. I have no duels, no standard. So gonna go get that video done here in a minute, and hopefully I'm feeling even better tomorrow. I'm a little better today. I felt better as the stream wore on. So yeah, tomorrow long stream, I gotta get a duels run and I gotta get a standard deck done, because otherwise I'm out of videos. Got a lot of videos like next week, the end of the week, nothing at the start of the week. So yeah, plan a longer stream tomorrow. Stay tuned to Discord, Twitch notifications, whatever. Drop a follow on Twitch. I'm sure to let you know. And stay tuned to YouTube later for that video. Oh, Guillotine. I don't know if I said thank you for the Prime sub earlier. I might have missed it, but Guillotine Overwatch, thank you for the Prime sub. Very kind. And yeah, I will be back for hopefully a longer stream tomorrow, everybody. So thanks for hanging out. Sorry if this one was a little short. Hopefully you still had fun talking about cards, and I think that was a cool duels run for what it was. Not bad. I think we got a couple tough breaks, but let me drop a raid before I go. And I will see you all tomorrow. So have fun. Love you. Have fun in duels and otherwise out there. All right, here's the raid. This person's camera is currently just their forehead, so hopefully you'll see more than just a forehead. I got a big forehead. I mean, they have a normal size one, I think. It's just currently their cam is only forehead, so they might be a 5-head streamer. It's very intelligent. Who knows? But be kind. It's always this random raid, but they will appreciate the love and support, I'm sure. So love you guys. Have fun with the raid. Thanks for watching. And until next time, game on.